Welcome, everyone. It's Friday, so we're back to the Nim language. Let me get some music going for myself. I'm not playing any music on the stream itself, as, you know, if somebody wants music, they can have their own instead of listening to whatever free music I would find. And this way I can listen to some music of my own. Okay, that should be fine. Alrighty. So the idea for today is to... I just thought about it today, like, what if you could write like a normal Nim code and it will just compile down to HTML and you could have it among other normal Nim code things? So yeah, so that's the idea. But first we actually need to reinstall Nim, because I learned recently that when you install Nim with the choose Nim, it actually is kind of broken in VS Code. That's why it's like breaks constantly. So let's install it manually. I believe I was doing something here. So I basically made a little folder where I created a Nim directory. I don't know what version I have here right now, but what we can do is go in here and let's go to the Nim and let's go to nimlang.org. Okay. Let me just show the thingy, because of course I'm showing the wrong screen, as always. Okay, so install Nim, but the thing is that we want a nightly build. Or do we? Yeah, I want a nightly build right now, because I know that I won't be using any specific features, but this is what I can use and when using Nim for Unreal Engine. So get nightlies, and the way it works is that this is for branch version 2.0, no. Version 1.6, no. We want Devel, the development branch. So yesterday was the last release. So yeah, we go to assets and we want Windows x64. Is it downloading or something? Oh, downloads show up here. Interesting. I guess I haven't downloaded in the Arc browser before. I click on it and nothing goes. Nothing is happening. Great. Okay, File Explorer. So we've got the downloaded. It's marked as nim211. So I'm gonna go in there, and what I'm going to do is because I made like a tools/nim directory, I'm gonna put everything here. Okay. Bam, which is extract in here. This way, when we want to update version to like or whatever, we can just delete it all, bring in another compiled version, and just call it a day. So we have that. That's good. What's next? So there's this finish.exe. You run it, and I will probably do right click, run as administrator. And it won't let me zoom in. And here basically, do you want to download the MengW, whatever. It's like C++ compiler or something. It just runs it, extracts it. And yep, would you like to add Nim to start menu? I'll say no. And that should also update the registry. So normally you would just go and restart your PC and path and everything should be updated. And you should be able to just go to wherever you want. Let's say I'll go to the desktop And I should be able to do open terminal and just run nim -- version. And we have the nim version 2.1.1, which is absolutely awesome. But another thing is to also go to another location. Let me zoom it in. One would need to go to your C, users, your user, and then you will have folder .nimble. You just delete it first, okay? Also, if you had the choosenim installed before, you would also have .choosenim. You delete that folder as well to get rid of choosenim, and this way you can do the full switch. I'll actually have the procedures of removing choosenim and installing nim. In that case, it will be development branch, but you could just use normal branch. I'll have instructions on how to do that probably in a video tomorrow, I hope. I'll be releasing a video for basically setting up the nim for Unreal Engine. So I'll have instructions on how to update nim manually to the development version. So there'll be instructions on how to get rid of choosenim. Okay, so now that we removed all of that, I should be able to open some project in VS Code. Let's open something we did before, like the countdown. Okay, we were working on that. And now we'll be saying unable to find nimlang server, trying to install it via blah, blah, blah. And the thing is that I don't even know if this is actually running in the background. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy that command, okay? And let's wait a little bit, because as far as I know, this should like take a while. More actions. Is there like view that thing? Because I would like to see the output. But it's just not showing the output of whatever is happening in the back. Tasks. Extension host? Yeah, this won't be showing up here. So yeah, let's close that and we can just go to the terminal and put that command ourselves. And what we want to do is basically here it's calling nimble.exe, so we can just call nimble install nimlang server. So because we removed the .nimble directory, we have to basically recompile a few things. In this case, the nimlang server, and let's do enter and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it's gonna work. Hopefully. It already exists in the cache, so maybe it's fine. You have this showing that it's pixel. Oh yeah, we have those little bells started showing up. And I think that's the newest nim suggest. It just shows that, hey, there are propagated exceptions in there. So yeah, there will be a bunch of bells showing up. So I guess that's it. So now let's actually start a new project. I'm going to close all that, okay? And let me go to, yeah, let's make a new repository for that, okay? For this little project. Why not? I'll just have million repos everywhere. So we can go to basically GitHub, new repository, and let's call it nim2html. Okay. Random. Oh, experimenting with compiling nim to HTML. Okay. Using templates. Because it will be nice to finally learn how to write your own templates. That'll be fun, right? I'll add readme, whatever, just to have initially licenses, MIT, whatever, do whatever you want with it. Great. So let's create the repo. And this time for a change, I'll be running everything on Windows, something that completely didn't work before. So the idea is to just try it out, see if we can do something on Windows. Now with the nim installed manually, So let's go here. We're gonna clone a repo. nim to HTML. Okay. And there we go. We've got the repo. Now we'll need to set it up. So I'm going to open it in a VS Code. Repos, nim to HTML, open. And there we go. We just have some random license and random readme. Now we need the, VS Code directory and everything. So what I'm going to do is actually CommonFS. That's the one that I think we had the most complete setup. So I'm going to copy the, or do we want to do that? Can we just go like in here and do nimble init or something like that? Package type. This is gonna be a binary. Cycle of tab. Okay. Initial version of package. Sure. Package description. Whatever. Experimenting with nim to HTML. Okay. MIT lowest supported nim version. Sure. 211. Created successfully. So what happened here? Oh, we've got the source. Perfect. And we're gonna nim to HTML nimble. That's awesome. So all I would need to do is basically copy this VS Code. And I think that's it, right? Also get the good ignore, because it has some good stuff in there. Yeah, that might be it. So what do we have here? Repos. We go to nim to HTML. Paste. Okay. Now we should have a settings. Build on save, no. Build on command, lint on save, yes. And the entry point will be source nim to HTML. Okay. We'll just call it that simple. And CodeRunner, this is like, I was using CodeRunner at some point. It'll be better to just have this task. And like, oh, we have only 4 running tests. Interesting. Yeah. So this here CodeRunner, it basically runs nim compile, but -o bin, which means that it will just, the compilation output will go just to the bin folder, which we have in gitignore. This way, we won't have a situation where, because what I noticed that happens is that when the program crashes for some reason, there's an exception or whatever, the executable, for example, from tests, is still there. So that's that. I wonder if we could just make a task in here for just running it normally. We would just call this thing, right? We could just do Control-Shift-B, I believe. Let's do that. I mean, I absolutely suck at VS Code configuration, so let's just use ChatGPT to generate it. Should be good enough. I don't care too much. Please update this. Update the following VS Code tasks config. And we'll just do this. Let's name it tasks.json config. And I need to include a run task that I will be able to run with Control plus Shift plus B. That runs the following command. And we can just go and copy it from here. Nim compile output bin verbosity 0 hints off run. And maybe we're gonna get some decent answer. I hope. We'll see. So what do we have here? So it added, so we still have run tests, but we have a new task. Nim run. Compile this, options, workspace, root, whatever. Shell. It's build, yes. Okay. So let's copy that and just put it here. It's unhappy about something? Oh, not here. That's true. Here. Tasks. So we do comma and put this one here. Save it. And let's go to our here. Can I do Ctrl-Shift-B? Fatal error. Command expects a file name. Oh, shoot. So we just need the file name at the end? Oh. The command needs a file name at the end. How do you run Nimble thingy? Can we just look at Nimble? Nimble. And we had commands somewhere, right? This is their website. And what do we have here? Oh, that's not much info. Are we like too zoomed in or something? Oh yeah. Use existing packages. Create Nimble packages. Develop workflow. Miscellaneous. I guess there's no like Nimble run or anything. That sucks. Because there's Nimble test, right? Let's see. Let's see if we can figure it out manually. So let's go to the terminal and do Nimble help. Okay, what do we have in help? We have install, develop, check, init, publish. There's run, and then options and binary. Builds and runs a package. Binary needs to be specified after any compilation options if there are several binaries defined. Any flags after the binary or arg are passed to the binary when it is run. After the binary or this. Okay. So let's change it up. Let's actually go to our... where is it? Here. And let's change our question. So that we want the... Oh, there it is again, where I tried to type in, it just... You know what, let's copy everything. Start new conversation, so we can write now. Nimble run. We want the output bin verbosity 0, hands off. We don't need that. And this will be name of the binary. We don't need that, right? We just do that. I think. So we can just copy it, I presume. Let's see. Maybe we don't need chat for that. That would be awesome. Not this one. Go away settings. Tasks. Nimble. Run. This, that. We don't need this. And save. Ctrl-Shift-B. Hello world. There we go. Okay, that worked. So we have it set up. Awesome. So let's just commit it as the... let's actually... Yeah, let's just do it here. Create... Ooh, there's this exe. I don't want that. Delete. What happened? Why did it do it there? Compile? And it shows it here. Come on. I hope that we wouldn't need to do anything weird. I'd hope that we can just pass the arguments, right? To the compiler. Hmm. Yeah, there are options, but nothing else. Can we do nimble run help? Nope, just straight up ignores it. What the hell? Nimble run. Yeah, it's just that. Git ignore everything that's an exe. How about that? But that means that it works only on the what do we call it? Only on Windows. Oh well, we're just trying that. So create project. Let's push it. I'll add the link in a description maybe now if somebody wants to follow it or not. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Is that it? Yes. Let's copy it. Let's paste it here. And let's paste it in the YouTube chat. And I can even add it to the description. This is nim to HTML repo. And save it. There we go. Somebody wants a reference. Cool. So we have the project set up. Okay. We don't need any of that. And so the idea is maybe not that we have nim code and it compiles to a .html file, because that's not very useful. It will be easier to just write HTML. But what if you're making like a really simple server, something that maybe works with HTMX, right? You will either need to make a bunch of HTML templates and whatnot, and with things like HTMX, you would have a bunch of little small fragments of it here and there. In JavaScript, you will probably do something like JSX, even though I personally hate JSX. Or you could probably do something like constant, and let's do. It already knows that what we're doing in the project, so the super maven basically suggests, hey, maybe you want HTML header, but no. In our case, will be the page, and that will be something like this, right? Okay. So we would just do this, and then we would have constant, and maybe the other one will be, I don't know, a comment component, okay? Whatever this thing is, let's let it just generate something. Comment content, and wow, I'm tabbing a lot here. What the hell is going on? That's icons and whatever. A little bit too much. Comment. Come on. We have the header. Nope. Whatever, doesn't matter. But you know, we would have bunch of strings that we can return, or maybe put some parts inside, put together. You know, suddenly you need a templating engine and doing bunch of, I don't know, just not fun stuff. If you need something real simple, it would be much more fun if you could do like constant page is, and you basically do HTML, and maybe you just start it like this, and then you need to give it that it has head, and the head is, well, then you would just need to do meta charset or something, and you know, maybe not to that extent, but maybe you would just want to head and specify that head is, I don't know, what would it be? Document, okay? Something like that. That'll be in the title, right? And then you would have maybe body, and that body would have h1 that says hello world, okay? And yeah, you just have the website, I mean the page, but maybe just something like that will be good enough. And right now, of course, it's all squigglies because we don't have such things. But it would be just fun to try to do that. And this would actually compile during compile time into that string. And or whatever, it would be basically maybe just code that assembles this. And that could be fun. And then you can just, plug in some different values, and this is gonna just calculate it for you. Not the most efficient thing, but maybe good enough, So let's figure out how to do that. And we're gonna do something real simple. We're gonna get rid of all that, and let's save it, and let's look at some templates. Or like documentation. I recall that we had a few things here. We don't want that anymore. What the heck? Let's go to Nimlang documentation and tutorial part 2. At the end, we had mentioned templates. Templates mentioned, and templates were, how do we define them? Invoke a template like procedure, right? And we have this thing. So we just give it some A and B. It's untyped, so it doesn't even check it, I guess. And we just plug it in here. And do we have another one defined somewhere? Because we need to use keyword template, okay? Template. This, if debug, that. So we just put some stuff, and then we also can do the last one, like a body here. So I can give it few things. And this was the weird thing, F untyped. So we just gave that you can put some F thing, and it's gonna get replaced here. Like just whatever you put in here. Oh yeah, so we could do a lot. Let's copy that one maybe, just as a reference, and we'll take it from there. So let's say that we want to make like a simple thing that maybe generates a button or something. So let's see. I'm just gonna comment this out. This will be our reference. So let's define a template, and let's call it button. Okay. So for the button, we know the last thing will be body. Okay. So that will be the, and that needs to be, wait, I have it here, untyped. Body will be untyped. So therefore, at the end, we'll be basically able to use it as a button and put some stuff inside. So inside, we could just do hello world, or like, hello, I'm a button, okay? We could use it that way. So let's try that first. And this needs to be untyped. No, doesn't need any type specified. So in our case, we want to just we want it to be a string, right? Oh, I see. Because it replaces it. Doesn't need to be an actual working nim stuff inside. Huh. Because we can just return this, right? And I will turn it into a button. And we could just do constant the button HTML. Is this okay? And it knows it's a string. Expression is of type string and has to be used or discarded. I guess I need to do Ctrl S to save. And let's do echo button HTML. Save. What's going on here? Is of type string. Let's try to run it. Failed. Oh. Do we need to, what? Because we have the code here, right? Okay, so it's not gonna just replace it. Oh, I see. Okay, this is a little bit more troublesome. Because I hope that we could just return a string or something. Or make it return a string, but... Or just replace it. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, that's the first roadblock. Because I'm sure this would be fine if I would do let HTML is this, right? This would be fine. And therefore we could just do this and echo HTML. Save. Still not working? What am I doing wrong? First mismatch, a position. Okay. What the hell is that music? Oh, I'm an idiot. That's what it is. This was supposed to be here. Okay. It's declared but not used. Should be fine. And this... okay. I don't like it. We will need to do whatever v untyped, comma, and we just do that v is this, and then button is declared but not used, and we will just need to give it that this HTML. Nope. What am I doing wrong? We have this and we give it, how is it used? Because things aren't working out really. Yeah, we just provide those. Oh, okay, so that HTML will be available only from within, so I could do something here. Can a template return something? That's my question, because I would like it to return something. But yeah, we can, okay, we can return something. When we return untyped, oh, we just need to say that it returns untyped. Untyped, or yeah, untyped. And this way we could just do this crazy madness. If we can do that, I will be real happy. Okay, because we can just shove something here and give it this. Oh, I think I'm stretching it. HTML is... oh yeah, because then we can't put quotes around it. Sure, let's do the way we had it before. Okay. And this will be a string. Because this should compile during compile time anyway, so we shouldn't worry too much. We don't need to give this. Nor take that. Save. Let HTML is this. We don't have errors showing. Okay, we got the thing. Hello, I'm a button. So that works. Okay, and as far as I know, as far as I understand, we can make it a constant. Therefore, it will need to be compiled during compile time. Run it, and it works. That is just awesome. Okay, so we've got our first little success. Not the most beautiful, but it works. So... Okay. Okay, because this compiles at some point, we just place it in there. So what if I had one button, another button? What if we need to do it like this? Where, you know, we want it to be inside. This way we could just do something from within the other one. Just a second. Okay. So, what if I want to do HTML's button that contains another button that contains hello, I'm a button? I can do that, right? Save it, build it. Okay, that works. Would it work if I would have removed those? Save. I guess it would, right? Yeah. In this case, it works. But if I had some more complex code in there that maybe would interfere with the and whatnot, then it would suck. But what if I'm gonna say that this returns a string? And I just do return null. That still works? Huh. I guess as long as this compiles into string, it works. Because if I would do int, yeah, suddenly it's unhappy. Okay, so I can just make it a string, and this way compiler will force me to actually make it string. Okay. So if we have button, but the thing with the button is that it's not just that. We usually want to pass in more information in there, right? Because maybe I want to add classes, and that'll be string, or a list of strings. What was it? Open array of string. Wait, this was in those brackets, right? And then I would want them to just get in here. I would basically need to have this, and I would just need to do classes, map it and join. Whoa. So import standard, and we'll just get string utils, and what was the other one? Sequence utils. I guess string utils isn't used here. Sequence utils. Okay. Spaces around. Great. So that should work, but what if it's empty? Ay. So we're getting into a lot of complexity suddenly. This suddenly looks like we should do it with a macro, because with macro we can do... The thing with template is that it just returns the code, right? But it would be nice if we could... just do some calculations and return something instead of just returning something. So yeah, we might need to just go and learn macros. Not that I would like that, but you know, something possibly necessary. Yeah, because now I need to do class 1, class 2. Class 3 here, save. Now when I run it, there's no join and stuff. Okay. This will get really complicated too quickly, I think. Or would it? Because we could make another macro that just, or not even macro, just a function that just calculates that, and that function could run in the, what do you call it? That function could run in the, during compilation. And maybe we would just do let body content is body. Okay. We would just do that. Yeah. And whatever would need to be here would be calculated, right? Or we actually do block body. And whatever will be here will be calculated. Then our button will be basically, append the body because that's going to be string. But we also want to let classes as string. Whatever, we know that this is wrong. But we could just put this in here. Okay. And if it will be empty, then no big deal. Uh-oh. What's going on? Yeah. Nim is being killed by Windows. By Windows, basically. I need to specify to restore it. Restore. Yes. What about this one? Restore. Okay. Things fixed, so that should be fine. Hopefully. So let's see if we can do something about it. Restart no suggest. Will it work? Or we have problems forever? No, it looks like it works. Okay. So the only thing is that this map it. Let's see what this returns. Let A is this. And okay. What? Okay, let's get into the docs because this ain't helpful. So, let's go to the standard library and search for map. Because we should, or let's just go to the pure wrappers. Okay. Sequence utilities. Okay. And I was getting strings for classes, and I wanted to just concatenate them with little commas in between. Okay. Map. There's no map it as an iterator. I guess there's on the bottom. Returns a new sequence of the result of the OP proc applied to every item in the container S. Since the input is not modified, you can use it to transform a type of the input to the output. Okay, so we give it numbers, and we just convert each number to a string. Okay, I see. And therefore we ended up with a list of strings. But that's not what we want, okay? We want to basically concatenate it with... Yes, maybe we don't need the sequence utilities here. Maybe we could go to string utilities. And what could we have here? Something like join or whatever? Join takes an open array of strings, a separator, which can be a string, and it just combines them. So I think that's what we could do. So let's do string utils. And what was it doing? It was adding space at the end. We don't want that. We want to get classes, join them with comma. Yeah, and that's it. And why doesn't it like it? Save. Okay, now it likes it, okay? So that's that, but that's not enough yet, because when we're gonna print it, we're just gonna have this ugly thing here. Let me just copy it. I'm gonna make a separate little thing where we will keep pasting it too, okay? It still feels like the... What do you call it? Like Windows is still kind of blocking something with nim? Can I go and specify that I want to allow threads? How can I add a directory to ignore or something? Virus and thread protection settings. Exclusions, there we go. I'm not showing that because security related, but I want to add some stuff. Add an exclusion to the folder where I keep the nim language, okay? There we go. Perfect. All right. So let's paste that in here. So this is what we got generated. We have button, but class 1 and class 2 are just shoved in here. So we would basically need to do something like, you know, we have this, but we need to do class, and I guess we have to escape this and join it with this. Replace. What? I don't know where that came from. Yeah, if we're gonna save it like that, that's good, but we again need to add space. And wait, equals. Okay. Now we build it. And we should get a proper one. Okay, now it looks better. It looks like actual buttons and stuff. We have class and stuff here, so that's good. But at the same time, I know that we'll be defining a lot of those to just have them, okay? like those, they're called attributes, right? So what if we made a little helper that helps us generate this part? Okay, so we could make another template. Or do we need it as a template? Let's not do it as a template. Let's do it as just the proc. Format argument. And we have name as a string and value as a string. And return a string. So we'll basically, have the name, and we just do that with the value in the middle. Okay. So what we could do here is just do format argument. The name will be class, and we just give it the value. And I guess I need those in here. Save. Classes join, expression expected but duh. Okay, this is better. The body content, we're not using it, so we're gonna paste it here so that we calculate the body content. We save it, and will it still work? Yes, it works. The only thing is that we don't have the space in front of class, and I would like to do it in a different way. I would like to do let arguments is classes as string. So let's do combine args, and we just do classes as string, and that will be the only thing. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is just another proc. Combine args, and it's gonna take an arbitrary number of args. So it'll be open array of string, and this will be args. And what it does is basically args join. Yeah, we just do that. We just join them with spaces, nothing else. Classes as string. That should work. And this should be just placed here. What's wrong here? Argument gensim1 is declared but not used. What gensim1? There's no gensim1 anywhere. Can I build it? Nope. Combine args. Classes as string gensim1. Because it's not a list. That's why. Yes, so let's actually do it. Combine args will be var args of type string. That should fix it. Yes. Very obvious the solution. So, hey, that's good. We're moving forward. So that's the case. Yeah, if I'll build it, it still does the correct thing, right? Yep. Still good. Still the correct thing. And that's on Markdown. That's HTML. Okay. So I should be able to just simply do that. And of course, VS Code is real stupid about it. Okay, that looks good, but that's now I would like to make the class thing actually optional. How can I do that? I guess not easily. Okay, I don't like that. In JavaScript, you could easily just make things optional, and then we just normally, nil and whatever. You could just pass the whole config object. It's not the prettiest, but it works. This is another moment where I feel like macros would win. Let me just check if I can make those into constant. Okay, it doesn't complain about that. So that's good. Okay, that's awesome. They can be constant. Because now if I want to avoid classes, I would need to make a separate template that just doesn't compute with them. What if I could do something like this? Let's say constant HTML2 will be button, okay? And I just do this, classes, and I just do class 1, class 2, and class 3 or something, right? Or as a string or whatever. And then I could just continue the code, I guess, or yeah, just voila or something. Because the thing is that with button, you also want to have some additional things. Whatever you do with button, aria or whatever, and something else. Maybe you would just do arg dash or arg, and we continue arg aria, and that could transform those automatically into whatever we want. Possibility, right? It's a possibility. Could you do that? Yes, you can. Okay, that's good. So let's look at one other thing in the documentation. Because in the docs, we know that we can, if we'll go back up, I recall there was something about macros. So core macros. This module contains the interface to the compiler's abstract syntax tree. Macros operate on this tree. Okay, so we have everything about the AST, right? Leaf nodes, which are atoms, calls and expressions. Oof, this is probably gonna be heavy. Command call of this, prefix operator, ooh. Statements, case statements. But wasn't there like something for macros that helps with them? So this whole up here is just documentation on macros, okay? Then we have imports for all the types. Random constant, we have procs that I guess are the actual macros. Okay, I see. Yeah. New colon expression, new comment statement node. It's a comment statement node. Okay. I mean, the code that we would want to generate would be really simple. It's just analyzing whatever we're putting into the macro. That's the difficult part. How long is this file? Something tells me this is really long. Yeah. But let's go back to the here. If I'll search for macros. Ba, 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 ba. Async macro. Gen AST. AST generation using captured variables. Excuse me. Let's take a peek at that. And also, what else do we have here? Async JS and just that. Okay, so I guess that's it. So what is Gen AST? So it's a list of captured variables, or A and a block that returns AST represents it. Okay. No, thank you. Okay, so this is gonna be a little bit more painful than I expected. Although I wonder if we could do something just to straight up avoid that. Let me think, because right now we're expecting to pass to the button a list of classes, right? What if we had some kind of object that we can define? Oh, of course I'm zoomed in. I keep forgetting that I'm zoomed in. Sorry about that. That's another, how long am I streaming? Hour that I wasted on just being zoomed in. I need to remove that functionality. Or like a notification, hey, you're zoomed in for too long or something. So the idea is that maybe instead of putting like a list of classes, we would require, the button to basically be provided with specific items to provide, right? But instead of us actually putting it in here, we could use another template to kind of quickly generate those. Let's copy it and make a little prototype. Or, I don't know, let's do it with like a template div, okay? And we know that we want to avoid this for now. Melonga on YouTube is asking, how's it going? It's going pretty well. We're dealing with templates and NIM, so could be better. This is kind of coding that, meta programming is kind of a thing that hurts my brain a little bit, especially that it's 11:30 p.m. here, so it's late. I'm tired, and but other than that, it's awesome. And how are you doing? So our div will be relatively simple. Let's keep the same thing where we compute the body content, and we just return that instead of button. We have div, and let's ignore all the arguments for now. What did I just do? Like this, please. Save it, and we can say that we have a div here. Save. What's wrong here? Invalid indentation. That means there's something wrong with syntax. Where did I screw up? All that looks normal, right? Not found. Keyword div. That's not a template. What is going on? Oh, because div is divide? A div. Oh, that's what it was. Oh, a div is it's a keyword. Come on. Alrighty. So yeah, we got a button. And it has a div inside. Okay, so that part works. So now the idea would be that we would, instead of like here specifying that, okay, classes are this and that, maybe we would do something like arguments, okay? And those arguments would be basically something like an open array of, yeah, of string. Maybe we'll just do that they just compile. But the way we're gonna do it is that when we're calling it, we would just have some like args. Maybe a little bit better naming, right? Let's call it arguments here, okay? And we're gonna do args. Oh, shoot. That means that we need to do this. Because I wanted to make a template args. Template args. Or if it even needs to be a template, maybe that just needs to be a proc that returns a sequence, right? Args, and that will be just string, and we just return empty string. So let's not call it that way. We just do straight up this, right? Because it already expects this to be a open array of strings, so this infers that this is an empty sequence of strings. And this way we could skip it, but if we wanted, we can do just dot class and say do class 3, right? So we could specify a proc. Really, is that simple? A proc? Because suddenly we're not using templates anymore at that point. Like, why do we even bother figuring out templates if we can? Oh, because with templates we can give the whole body for them. Okay, yeah. So there's still use for them. Okay. But for something like class, we could just make a proc called class, and we just can put classes in there, and all it does, it just joins them together and returns them as a string. But we also need to do the, what is it? Combine args. Okay. No, format argument. And we'll just give it a name, will be class. And we just give it that. And that should be it, right? And therefore we just call dot class. Oh, I see. I see. It needs to be called on a open array of strings. So will be the let's just call it a sequence, or like args. Okay. So what it's gonna do is basically args and concatenate this in there. Should, because this is a sequence and I want to, I concatenate would work with another sequence. I just need to do add. But that means that this needs to be a editable. Ay. add, we have this and that, this and that. Yeah, it needs to be var. Nope, still doesn't work. Oh, and we need to return an open array of string. Okay. So what if I want to create a new array that just has an additional thing? How did that work? Because now I don't remember, because I recall there was a way to add something or just make a new extended array. So let's look at the docs of OpenArray. I'm sure there is such thing somewhere. OpenArray. And that was probably in the manual, right? There's a link to the manual. Oh, I'm already having open arrays. Okay. Often fixed size arrays turn out to be too inflexible. Yes, all that. Okay, we can just pass them in. Oh, and that's it. because it's just a whatever it is, so we could just work on sequences, right? Yeah, so do we have a sequence or something described here? Array and sequence types. How can I create a sequence that's extended by something else? Gosh, all that knowledge vanished from my head. Constant are new args. That will be a sequence of string, right? Is args. And we're just gonna concatenate it with this, right? Can I do that? Type mismatch. What? And we return new args. The syntax is parameter var t, not var parameter t. Oh. Yeah. Okay, so this is not happy. Sequence and type T. Oh, I see. So we can just do straight up this. The only thing it's not that. Return new args and this. Nope. Ay. So you can't assign. Let's see if the ChatGPT I made will figure it out. I'm receiving an open array of strings. I need to return a sequence of extra, what is it? With something appended to it. A new sequence, to be exact. So maybe let's try it that way. I don't want it that. Let's make it a sequence. Okay. And this way new arguments will be args. And this, right? Cannot evaluate a compile time. Okay, I guess sequences aren't happy about compile time. Come on. Oh, geez, I'm trying to return an open array. That's silly. What a mess. Okay, so if I would make it into let, then it's gonna be happy. But constant? Not really. Can I return open array? What if I'm just gonna do it a little bit crazier and we'll just do for arg and args, okay? And we're just gonna do result, add this. Probably can't add to an open array, right? Of course we can't. What just happened? Why do we have 4 concurrent viewers out of nowhere? Did YouTube break? Hello to everyone. I'm on the verge of giving up. What the hell? So if we pass in a sequence, it won't work. If we pass in an open array, we can't return anything like normally because we can return a list because then it won't work compile time. That sucks. And therefore, because of that, we can't do fancy stuff here. Can macros operate on sequences then? It still doesn't make any sense. Maybe they can because they run on that whole NimVM to compile stuff. I really don't know. But right now this really sucks. So let's describe it to ChatGPT and see if we can come up with something. Hello, anonymous person on YouTube. So, how are you doing, by the way? So let's try to describe this problem. I need a compile time friendly. Okay, Nasser25 wrote something that I absolutely cannot read. Translate to English. Hello. Hello to you too. So let's describe the problem quickly. I'm getting too distracted, I guess. Yeah. I need a nim function that takes a list of strings and adds a string and an additional one. It then adds the string to the list and returns a new list. All of it needs to work with compile time so that I can use it as, and we'll just say that we have some like constant list is combine, and we'll just specify that it's another list, comma, and hello. Okay. Well, let's just call it that. And that should be good enough. So, an in function definition. So it's a static list sequence. Oh, so that sequence is known at compilation time, and this will be known at compilation time, and we return that. Really? Would it be that simple? And this combines the new item. Huh. Let's see if that code on its own compiles. Because if that's the case, I'll be truly surprised. Let's just put it somewhere up here. Nope. I expected this, but I got keyword static. So that won't work, unfortunately. Oh, this should be here. Because I recall the keyword static, right? Oh, okay, that compiles. So sure, let's go for it. Static sequence of strings, and we want the classes to also be. Wait, which one am I trying to do? Oh, class. And I give it a static list of those classes. And we just return a sequence of it. Huh. Okay, we got less errors, so that's good. All we would need to do is now return the args and this, right? And everything else goes away. Save. No way. Is that going to work? Really? Type mismatch. Because this should be static. So let's make it static, right? Let's just simply do something like constant let's make it fun. Argument args jar. There we go. We'll just say that this is it. But we need to specify that this is of type static sequence of string, okay? And maybe not like that, right? This is fine, but now can I use the jar to start it? Huh. No, I guess type mismatch. It has this while it's expecting to have it static while the other one isn't. I see. It's not that easy, isn't it? Can I just make it that? Also not. Okay, this is way trickier than I expected. Way trickier. I guess making things compile time friendly isn't that developer friendly. Too bad. Gosh, I had high hopes. And I really want to avoid writing macros. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's continue with chat. Let's show it that I ended up with the following code. Okay, so that we correct it a little bit. Now, how can I get a new static sequence of string to empty so that I can use it like this? And we'll just show that, you know, constant result is let's do classes is empty list, right? Empty sequence dot class, and we'll just do A, B. Now let's see if this is gonna give us any hint whatsoever, because the static was a good choice, but maybe that's gonna be some solution here too. A constant for an empty sequence. Yeah, we tried that, doesn't work. Unless I'm missing something, which is very likely that I'm missing something. So right now here, we had the jar, right? What's going on? The jar is literally an empty sequence, right? Oh, I know, because we probably just need to wrap it in here. No, what if I'm gonna take it out of here for now? Let's do constant classes is this. And we'll just call it classes here. Or like, let's actually call it args. Okay, so right now we have expression calls this. Yep, and yep, expected static, and we have this. So I guess, do we have that as var args? Yes. So can I just put another one to make it happy? No. Ay. Too bad we don't have any NIM experts in the chat that could help us out. Okay. I feel like I need to ask on NIM Discord, because this should be possible. There should be no reason that a compiler can't just process something like that. So let's do it like this, okay? I'm gonna get the chat here going. Hey guys. I'm trying to figure out how can I process sequences lists during compile time. Something like this. And let's try to put that code here, okay? So let's give it a simplified version of this class thing, right? We'll just do it append whatever, my append and let's actually get rid of that, because this might be confusing. We have the whatever things to append. So for each one of them, I want to build a new thing. Or let's just do returns a new sequence with the items that combines args and things to append, right? So let's do existing. Okay. Let's do to do. And let's do usage. And usage will be that I want constant. And I want, for example, to do something like ABC dot my append. Wait, constant needs to be named. List. Okay. My append, and in my append I give it hello, comma, there. The my append is vastly oversimplified, as there will be things going on there. The main goal is that it's all compile time safe. How could I change my definition and then implement it? I know we're gonna get an answers, but I sure hopes that we're gonna get any. Okay, so what else could I think? What could we do in the meantime? Because it feels like it's a rather big thing that we need to implement. If we could implement something like that, where we can just do something like whatever class, comma something else, we would have this generator for content like real quick. I mean, an alternative. So something that, let's do something in the meantime. Let's get rid of the combine thing. Let's get rid of the empty jar. What if we would specify, instead of something like class, I'm just gonna comment it out for now, just so we can continue with code. I'm just gonna comment out all the bad things. So instead of arguments, we would have div options. Sure, OPTS, and this will be of type div options. Okay, we'll do capital D div options. And what if we're gonna just specify those options somewhere here? Type div options will be an object, and sure, sequence of classes, and I don't know what else would be on a div. What could be on a div? ARIA label. There's more than one. There we go. Something like that. Just so we can have those options. Oh, did I just remove combine or something? No, that should be fine. Yeah. So well, let's say that we have those options, right? And therefore, it's still unhappy about something. No, it's good. And therefore, we could just make it like proc So let's say that when we use it, right, we could just do div options, and then we dot class. Oh gosh, this will be like adding a lot of repetitive stuff, right? Proc class, which will be on options, div options that will need to be variable. Maybe not. We'll just make a copy and it will be div options. So what we could do here is return. So let's do something like this. New options. Constant. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that would need to be var. But var won't let me do compile stuff. Or I should be able to just from within, right? New options is options. Here we just copied because this is not a reference type. This is just a value type. So that should be compile save. Here, anything? It's fine as is. Oh. Really? Is my code fine as is in here? Why didn't it work somewhere else? Let's just return new options here. Yeah, this is fine. Can I do that? Save? It's not fine. Oh, proc. What? Implementation is expected. Okay. But how do I implement it? Return existing and things to append? Nope. If I'll return just existing, save. That's fine. This won't work. No. Come on, what the hell am I doing? Because I just got it's fine as it is. I can't seem to find a compile time implementation of the my append that will actually be compile time. Let's just answer that because I don't know how to explain it. In the meantime, we wanted to create a new options that use stuff from the other one, right? So I could do, in the meantime, new options dot classes is, can I do classes dot select to sequence? Is that really a thing? Really? So I could go here, class, and give that. Nope, that's not happy. Ay, ay, ay. So let's see. do this, we do that. We take options and we have var args. We shouldn't need the whole static thing, right? Oh, now works because it found it. Okay. Oh, I could just use add during compile time. Really? Oh, so we have this implementation that works. So let's try to fix this one. We don't need this thing. We just, we have args, okay? And we have classes that don't need to be static either. And we'll return that. And we already can, it's already fine. What the hell? Because we're adding it to the result. And what is going on? So let's call it bdiv, because I'm getting confused as heck. Here the content is string. It's body, yeah, we're ignoring it, so that's good. So the bdiv will take a sequence of strings as all those arguments, args, okay? So I should be able to do something like this. Let's just comment this part out and replace it with the new one. It'll be bdiv, okay? So I should be able to do and provide a classes. And oh, okay. I guess that works. Oh, that works. I guess I went through so many weird issues that I lost the clear view. I lost the clarity. There you go. So yeah, this looks simple code. So I don't know. I guess I was trying to do this whole open array thing, and that was messing things up. Here we just have sequence, and we operate on sequences, and therefore we can call add, and that works, well enough. So if that means that this is arguments, so now this here, that bdiv, could do something that we're doing somewhere here. Classes as strings and arguments. So let's do arguments. Combine arguments, and this will be basically what will be called args, okay? And we do div arguments and something like that. Save. We'll remove the specific div thing because this is just ugly because we will have so much code that we would need to copy. Okay. And here we have the generic class thing that just allows us to specify classes, and therefore we can use it like that. Therefore, we should be able to just do it like this. Okay, bdiv. And this is ugly, but whatever. I'm sure we can just make it better at some point. And that's it. So what if that bdiv, let's make a cdiv, is a variant of it, okay? Where instead of specifying this, like it like that, oh yeah, that probably would already work. Where let's say that these will be those arguments. Oh shoot, because I was thinking that we could do something like this. Let's comment this out, where we have the cdiv, right, for now, where we just specify this to put in there. But that means that we need to pass the whole, what do you call it? That we'll need to pass a closure or a function. Can we do that? Proc? How the hell did that work? It was somewhere in the documentation. And how can I pass a proc to another proc? Let's do something like nym. Do something. Okay. And it takes a of string and returns a string, okay? So that'll be our proc. And then we have proc execute stuff. Will be whatever. Something. Okay. And this will be the thing to execute. And that needs to be a proc. And this will be basically where we return. Oh, we want to return a string, right? Return thing to execute. Let's do a dot thing to execute. Yeah. Let's give it that kind of example. I just don't feel like searching through the whole docs. It's just hard to find things sometimes. And I recall it being put somewhere. So we have this, right? And oh, we defined a type. And therefore we can just say that this is a type. So proc this and that. Oh yeah, let's try that. This should be relatively simple because that's something that we could reuse. So let's define it actually here. So this would be the args proc. We proc that takes the args as a sequence of string. Okay. Where did this come from? And it returns a sequence of string. Okay. Just trying to think. Because if we want to call it like this, this is expecting something that calculates down to the thing. Let's try this. Let's make it literally untyped. Okay. And we can do it like const arguments. is an empty sequence dot, and then we have the args here. But it won't just insert them, won't it? Can I do that? No. The dot thing just breaks it. Huh. Or it just doesn't know that it's a empty string sequence. Const empty args. It'll be spam, and we just do empty args. Yeah. Not that easy. The easier solution would be to just have a version of class that instead of taking args, it's just gonna make its own. So what it's gonna do is basically return this, right? And call it a day. We start with class. So we could probably do it in B itself, where we use it. Let's get rid of C. I know, I'm jumping around code like crazy, like a maniac. Oh, we've got Taras Mazepa showing up. Hello. Is this new open source project in NIM? Yes, it's open source. I can send you a link again. It's right here. But I consider that being useless. It's just an experiment where I'm trying to write code where I can kind of do this kind of stuff and have it compiled down to HTML, or compile it, just calculate HTML out of it. So we have this variable here that we define, HTML, and we just call button. We give it, for example, classes, at least in this case. And then we have a div. Right now it has B in front of it. I can ignore that. And we specify classes like this and whatever. And when we run it, we have errors, of course. But where are those errors? Because I guess in something that 2140. 2140. Oh, and here we don't need that anymore. So this just returned the following like HTML, right? We have the button and we have the div. Okay? And the magical thing about it is that this thing is specified as const. That means that the compiler will actually compute it down to already pre-existing string during compilation time. So this whole program ends up being return and this specific string that's compiled into the binary. So, as optimized as possible. But the magical thing about it is I can make it into let or whatever and specify some values from somewhere else during runtime. Therefore, that code would still run during runtime. So yeah, that's the fun part about NIM. But right now I'm trying to make use of something called template in NIM, where it can I can give it body like I gave it here, like in Python you have the colon and you can put something else, it could be some other code. And therefore, it's just tries to compute stuff and whatnot, all the other stuff. And it just replaces one code with other during compilation. And yeah, I'm just not sure if it's that important, but it makes it easy to write, I guess. Yeah. can I change body to string? I guess so. And this will just ensure that whatever is here, I can just do body here. Because this will be precompiled? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how it works exactly, but about escaping, I'm not doing much of escaping right now. But yeah, so let's take an example of this button here, right? Or let's actually make another one, like template, and let's do it HTML, right? We'll just give it body that's untyped or whatever, and it should return a string. So I could literally say that this returns come on, what am I trying to think? HTML and puts the body here, right? For example. But I could also pass it like a title. I mean, this is just, that's the thing. I'm wondering if what I'm doing actually needs templates, or is it fine if I'm just gonna, because I'm doing calculations here, I might as well change it all into procs and have it run as well. Is using templates here? Oh yeah, script alert, hello. Sure, we could make a script one. Yeah, this is like 100% not wondering about save. This is more wondering about how to do things in Nim, how to use templates. And so far, I'm slowly discovering that I don't think I need to use templates here. Huh. Yeah. Because the thing with templates is that I could make a template, right? I mean, there's one up here. Okay. So the whole idea about this template, right, with file, is that I can specify that there's something called f, which will be a name for a file, and it's being used throughout. This is like, it's a bunch of code. And then I could simply call it like with file, and let's say file will be called some file. So that's our first argument. We call it some file. Second one will be the file name, which will be, I don't know, file.txt. And file mode will be fn write, okay? And the thing here is that I can do something with that file. I could do some file, and it knows that this is a file because what I know, some file dot what can I do here? Write line, right? This just compiles. Oh, you gotta go. Alright, see you around. But to others, because I'm trying to just process it myself. So with the file here, the whole idea is that we specify this thing. And what this did, it basically did that. This whole thing compiles down to that code that we specified. The only thing is that this gets replaced with some file, all the Fs. Okay. The fn gets replaced with all those parts. And the body is being replaced with this. And because we specified here, like there is thing called some file, this will actually compile, okay? And why doesn't it work right now? Because this should be not indented. Oh, an fn is file name, whatever. So we just do this. Doesn't matter, okay? Yeah, it replaces like that. And then some file is file. It's a previous declaration, I guess. Yeah, and the mode would be the right that we specified. And that's why it works, because we were able to wrap some code, and code that we passed into it, suddenly made the whole thing work properly. But whatever we're doing here, we're not doing any of that. Because all we care about is that we put in a string and we get a string back. So this is all pointless. We're not learning about templates. Great. Ay, ay, ay. But let's see how far we can go with, not using those templates. Well, let's see what happens. So what if I'm going to replace this with... Oh, I see. Because we're using it as a template, this will be put here and evaluated. Therefore, we can just have this nice syntax with colons. That's why. Without that syntax, we would just need to have colon and then our argument and whatnot, and will look less nice. But whenever we have body that we need to pass into HTML, then it makes sense. So yeah, let's stay with templates then. It works well enough. The only thing that I'm wondering about is how is it evaluated? Because the thing is that in my template, I could just do this, and this will be a block that's gonna get evaluated or whatever. How does the go away? How does the evaluation work? So, HTML string, let's call it. So let's say that we have this, right? And we just specify that we just paste body here. Will that still work properly? We have that, and we'll just put in here. So yeah, I guess it will. It will just work no problem. So let's ignore this whole weird body content shenanigans. We don't worry about it. The same thing here, we'll just pass in the body. Hoping that it's gonna get calculated, right? Yeah, because if we have this button and we put the body here, so in theory we put this and that in there while it compiles. So I guess it just wraps it in some kind of block and calculate it inside. Okay, so it has some safety there. So yeah, that's good enough. And with this div, we're able to specify that we have something called class, but it would be nice to also be able to specify other ones, just like this one. So the class. So what about style? Oh gosh, style is complicated. But yeah, let's just do it like simplistic way. We have the proc style, okay, and it gets styles as a list of strings, right? It'll be exactly the same thing. Literally exactly the same thing. It's just, copy whatever was there. Do we even need to copy? Because the ampersand shouldn't add to it. It should just, go for it, right? Yeah, we don't even need this damn thing. There we go. And we don't need that either. We just take existing args and just add another one, which will be style. And we will just need to add those styles, which will be here, and join them with the column, whatever you call it. And that's it. And we just specified there's another style that just doesn't take it, starts from an empty string. And that's it. So we might as well do something like that we have the button that has this. And also has dot style, color red, right? Save, build. And we've got the new thing. So this generated this HTML and we have the style added, okay? So that's good. But we're starting to get to the point where unfortunately I realize one thing. It's often that one HTML, like here we have a button that inside has a single div that inside has a single string. But what if I want to have, you know, another string or another something? Now it's becoming a problem. I guess that's why HTML is so different from everything else. Starting to have strange ideas. So, first of all, let's just make this consistent with that. Because this is kind of old method. So we're just gonna say that this is args. Okay. And this would be exactly the same thing. Arguments, we just ignore all the classes and we're done. We just say that this has class and we'll just call it main content, okay? Main container. Save, and it should still work. Yes, button with the class main container. And this way it already supports the other stuff like whatever, like style, etc. Could we? Because now, no, because some of them will behave differently. Because I wonder if we could actually make a template that creates those. But the thing about templates, I believe, is that they try to contain everything inside. So whatever you define there, it's gonna stay the way it is and try to calculate itself from within. Unless there was, I believe, something that tries to remove closures. Yeah, because let's say that we want to define a bunch of ones like that that can take a bunch of stuff. Or even better, like simple arguments that you have, I don't even know now, but let's say that we would have proc, something very simple that we can put on the, what do you call it? Something very simple that we could just put onto a div or something. Single thing. I know hidden. Let's say that there's something called hidden. So hidden, and we would basically what would mean here that we just add argument hidden, and the value would be true or false. In this case, it will be bool. So we would just, format it as string, right? But the thing is that we'll have so many more different possibilities. What if we could make a template? And let's do args procs, right? And we'll just specify all the single props. So define single prop args. Okay. So we'll just have a bunch of what would you call it? A nice list. So let's do args, which will be a vargs of untyped. Okay, bunch of untyped stuff. And we don't return anything. Okay. Or we returned untyped? Yeah. What is this doing? This doesn't return anything. So let's do that. That we don't return anything. What we're gonna do though is, oh shoot. Define single prop arg. Oh. Yeah, I know what now. Okay. Or not okay. Okay, I'm still feeling like we need macros. Oh, I got lost all the viewers because I'm so confused. Oh well. I just had a wild idea today and it turns out to be a wild idea. But yeah, for a single prop arg, we just give it one thing, which will be this untyped. Okay. And what we want to do is basically have proc and arg, which is this. We just give it args and value, which will be string, and it will be basically this thing. And then we're gonna have another arg like this that just calls this. And I believe I should be able to do define single prop. And right now hidden will be unhappy. Found hidden. Let's just call it like this, right? Expression has no type. Form an argument. Okay, I see. So it'll be like that, and so this will be the arg, and let's do arg name is string. Let's call it hidden. And now it should be unhappy because it's declared but not used, and this one is also but not used. So let's try to do this. We're gonna hide this guy. Okay, and can I do something like HTML class dot hidden, and we'll do true. Save. It's not happy because it expected probably a value of a string. So let's do true. Hey, it works. Even though we don't have defined here, We have it defined here, and it just works. We have some little silly error, but that's it. Hey, that's fun. So let's do single string prop arg. And we'll make a similar one, which will be a single bool prop. Okay? And that's literally it. What if we also define arg type, which will be a type description? Can we do that? Maybe. Okay. And for format, we would need this thing. Okay, I'm doing weird stuff. Okay, and therefore I would just do this. And it requires me to specify that it's a bool. Undeclared specifier and an identifier. System bool. Type of. No way that's gonna work. And it wants to be boolean. Okay, value needs to be type of bool. So what if I'm going to do something straight up? Will that work? Type? No, because that's a keyword. Untyped. Okay, we just shove it there and hope that works, that it compiles. And we just put it here like this. Save. And now it works. Okay. That's it, I guess. Yeah. So that's how we can define this. And then we would have similar stuff for those. Gosh, it would be fun to be able to declare this for that one, where it just skips only that part. But I don't think we can. Hey, we could. We 100% could. Because what we would need to specify is just a similar template, but a template that additionally takes the code, okay? Or like the body. And therefore, here will be the body. Okay. Okay, that could work. Yeah, that 100% could work. So let's... Yeah, because these are two different numbers of arguments, so they can just work together. So here I could, instead of doing this whole thing, I could just do probably define single prop arg. Let's what I have this, that, and we have old string. Go away string. Instead of single prop, let's just call it prop arg. Wait, what? Arguments. Proc. Okay, define arguments proc. Let's call it that way. And we'll call another one. This one will be class, and we'll call it class for that too. And what it's gonna take is var args of string, and the body should be this. Should, because now args isn't defined or something. Should be. ARG. Yeah, args is here, but I guess here the args is not defined. Ay. So we just straight up... No, we could do even more, I think. Because it would be nice to just be able to do literally this, right? Because this is the only thing that happens. But for that to happen, here we need to be value, because we're defining it as a value here. But then it doesn't know about the value here anywhere. So let's do classes, and we'll just call it classes here. But this suddenly becomes really unreadable. So I don't like that. So on top of that, we would need to have arg name, comma, value name. Okay. And we'll just put value name here. We do the body, the value name here, and just... The whole thing crashed on me now. I'm pushing it too far. Got string for join classes, something, but expected sequence of string. Oh yeah. Nope. I give up on that one. I was a little bit... yeah, that was a little bit too tempting and didn't work out. Too bad. Because up here, yeah, we need to specify it all. I guess not for making procs. Not for writing procs. But hey, this works, right? At least that part. At least we can define those simple ones. Yeah, macros would really simplify it. But writing macros will be so difficult. So hidden true should still work, right? When we compile it, we have, yeah, hidden is specified and all that. So let's quickly add a few more of those, right? Yeah, so we're, again, this is a pattern here, right? So we could write a template that just allows us to implement that pattern. Because in HTML, we have the name of the tag, the arguments in there, and the body. So that's for not self-closing. So let's make a template. Template. Define tag with content or with body. Okay. So the tag will be tag, which will be string. Oh, okay. Tag definition, which will be untyped. Then we have tag name, which will be string. And the only other thing would be body, which will be... We don't even need to specify that, right? That's it. So... Oh, we're defining a template with a template. That's fun. So a template with this name that we specified here takes arguments and the body. And what it returns is basically... Oh, how do we wrap it here? So we do tag name. Oh, so we need to do this and tag name and then space and then arguments and close it, blah, 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 tag name and that. Could work. Okay. I can see it work. Does it mean that we can just screw that and do define tag with body and that will be button and then define tag with body? We'll call it bdiv, whatever, for now. We have these commented out, but the code should still compile. Yeah, it compiled. That means we could easily define something else, like a span, okay? S, lowercase s, span. And we could define p, or, come on, more examples. Can I just... Now I want to make a template that just takes all the whole list, but I guess it doesn't matter. So let's do a few other ones, like h1, yeah, h1 or whatever. What else? Article or main. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to have those specified that way. Might be two more or something. What tags are there? Am I losing my mind or something? We have button, we have maybe A for an A link, and one more thing. Oh, H1 shouldn't be here because it's self-closing, so that's not it. Body, that's the one. Okay. So that means that suddenly we should be able to define our string to be, let's also make head. Okay. Gosh, this is so easy to define. Templates. Template that defines templates. That's awesome. So that means that we can make a little bit more fun example of HTML. Do we have HTML defined? Yes, and we can just define it the same way that we have so far. So it'll be just define HTML. So we do HTML that will have head, that has, let's do body, okay? That has main section, article, and article we have a p that has a span, and this is the problem. We can't just do that because this will be ignored, and yeah. But this should work, right? Or not? Oh, because they all expect something to be there now, right? Okay, I can just do that for now. There we go. I could do that. Or I could make it so that it defines two templates. Look at that. Wait, the tag definition. I missed one thing. Right? Because it just returns that. Shoot. Let me copy this whole thing on the bottom, okay? And let's do a bunch of undos. Because I deleted the things that matter. Where are those? Here. Okay. So let's delete this. And all this I'm just gonna paste in. What? Okay. That's good. So I just forgot to specify this for the arguments. Oh, it just combined it. Duh. Oh, okay. Sure. So that's good enough. So let's make the copy of it. So we'll just, in an instant, we're going to define two of those. One like that, the other one without the args. And therefore, we just have this. Save. And therefore, we can get rid of all those. Yes. So when we run it, we should have this monstrosity. Okay. Got the HTML, body, main, article, P, and we have the span with text. And we can just close it off. So, you know, that was simple enough. The only thing is that how do we provide more than one entry in there? Huh. Because it would be nice to just do this, another span hello world, right? We're gonna save it and be like, oh wait, that didn't work because this suddenly isn't used. The expression of this isn't used. Yeah. I know you could do that with templates and just have an expression list or something. Okay, let me take a short break and I'll be right back with you. Let's just get back to the trusty timer for now and here. And let's do, yeah, give me 3 minutes. Okay. I'm back, and the timer shows -7, -8. That's awesome. Alrighty. So I've got an idea. So to support multiple things inside the P is wrong idea because the paragraph should have only one element, I believe. Or maybe not. I don't remember now. Let's say we have whatever button, right? You want to have two spans inside the button. So the thing is that each of those HTML little helpers that we defined, those templates, they return a statement. Or like, no, not statement, an expression. As in, they return just a string, a value. So what we could do is write a macro that takes a list of expressions and just evaluates each of one of them and combines the result or something. I think that's something that could be possible. Or yet better. Ooh. What if I wrote a template? Combine expressions, okay? And expressions will be var args of untyped, okay? And therefore, what we could do is, and we need to return a string, right? So for expressions, could I do that? Could I just have var args of untyped? The only thing would be to put like not really. Huh. Holy moly. Let's try that. What the hell is gonna happen if we're gonna make it so that the body is placed here, but instead of just body, we're gonna do... Wait a moment. Oh. Yeah, so no, the template won't work because it doesn't recognize that we have those. This is just one single code. Yeah, we need to have a macro for that. Yeah, and the macro can evaluate whatever was on the body and combine those. Or does it? Yeah, macro will allow us to do that, I believe. I hope. Let's see if we can get started with ChatGPT. Just our old trusty ChatGPT. I need a macro that takes your body, which is a list of statements, I think, which a body like macro that can be used like this. So let's do this. My macro. Let's do constant combined string will be my macro, and we just give it the hello there, and one more will be A, and we just combine it with B. This. The computed result would be what would it be? Let me think. We just take those three. We just have this one and this one and this one. Let's see what happens. The concatenate strings provided in a block. You need to use Synim's macro system to manipulate the abstract syntax tree. So it thinks about var args of expressions, EXPR. I haven't heard about that, so I don't think it's gonna work. Huh. I don't think this is anything that could be done. I doubt it. Yeah, it doesn't recognize what is EXPR. So let's get that question, copy it. Let's start a new Nim master thing. And let's see if this will actually try to... Nope, doesn't review the knowledge. But at least we have var args untyped. New node, new little, for statement, and body, result, this and that. Hey, this could work. This could actually work. This looks like something that could work. New little doesn't need macros or something like that. Let's see. Where'd it go? Here, okay. The variable is shadowed, so let's do just result is new literal. There's no way that would work. Could I do that? Echo. Let's just do that. Echo combined string. And there we go. It's not happy because it has to be used and it's not discarded. So I don't think we'll be able to do that. Huh. Okay, this is getting tricky. This is actually getting tricky. Oh, because this shouldn't be a var arg of untyped. Because this is considered here just one element. That's the same thing as was problematic with the other thing. So let's look at macros again. The macros tutorial, it was somewhere there. The manual. That's something about macro. Come on, macro. What is the resolution for untyped? Yep. Let's go to nimlang.org/docs. Yeah, macro tutorial. So the thing is that we have macro arguments, okay? With the untyped arguments, this is what we want. And we have typed and static arguments, which are precompiled, I believe. So code blocks as arguments, yes, and the syntax tree. So what we could do is just do dump tree. So let's do that. While we have all the other stuff, we can just fix that. And let's do ignore. Sure, whatever. We'll just do dump tree. Dump tree. Save. Okay, now it's happy about that. So this macro is just macros, I guess, could allow that. And we just do it. And we have statement list. We have this one, and that one. So we could just probably try to execute each one of those and combine result. Don't know yet. But then custom semantic checking. Okay, expected kind. So we just specify this as untyped. Let me just copy that in the meantime. And let's actually do it that way, where we're gonna start another in the master thingy. I'm just gonna paste that part here, okay? Or maybe we're actually gonna do it like this here. This is gonna be marked down. We're just gonna write our prompt here where we can just quickly evaluate things. The result of dump tree. Let's just do that. Dump tree. And let's do result. Okay, this should be good enough. And in the meantime, we want a macro that is just untyped. Okay. Nim, bam. And we just don't know how to do it here. Okay, so that's the whole goal. We want it to be my macro and this. And I need a macro that takes a block of code and returns it combined like this. And we had it here in the other question. So let's do it like this. My macro. And we just copy this. Macro. Macro that works like this, okay? And expands to. Okay, that's the proper wording. Let's do constant value is. I will do constant value is bam. Okay. And this should be the definition. And this is some helpful info. Okay. Let's try to give it that. Because I really don't want to learn too much about macros. Okay, extract the sequence of expressions from the body, construct a combined expression using the BAM. So result is new string literal, okay, for I to N in body, okay. Why is it doing that? I don't get this whole thing. How did other examples do that? We have this, and it's it says there's a statement list, right? So we need to assert that it will be an NK statement list. So let's do like this. Assert expect kind and NK. Will that work? Because we lost our trusty, what do you call it? Nim suggest? It just crashed. It won't start up. And this will be the body, right? Expect kind. So we check for that. And result is just new this and could we do that? How do we get to the parts of it? Quote do and whatever, yep. A custom prefix operator can be added, all that. We have arg. It's tree representation, which will be this, right? So it's an infix. Expect length is this. So operator is new literal. Okay, you can just get it like an array. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and all that. So does iteration work over that? If that will be the case, it could be just that. Result and statement. Result is quote. Oh, the previous result and append this. Okay, let's see what happens. Let's do constant value is my macro, and we just give it that. What's gonna happen? Oh, we just need to echo it as well. The value says, well, I mean, it compiled, so echo value. Hello there, AB. Okay, okay, that's big progress. So what if we're actually gonna try to use it here? For the body, I'll just do Constant body strength is my macro, and here's the body, okay? And therefore we could, I mean, yeah, let's do it that way. And then we just put it here. Wait, not here. Here. The same thing could go here. And body is replaced with body string. Save. Will that work? Okay. This, I think, still worked, right? Body main article, span, hello. Question is, can we put another span into here? Span. There. Save. No. Come on. Has to be used or discarded. Really? So I guess but it shouldn't have a problem here, right? What if I'm gonna do something like button? Hi. Okay. And save that. And I mean, get rid of that. That will work. The button was inserted here. Okay. So if I'm putting the body here, what's the problem? It's a template. It should just work. And now was span inside a button. They're both defined this way. I thought we were gonna get somewhere, but come on. Unless it's because it is still a template. It might be. So what if I'm gonna... Let's do something like button macro, okay? So we have the button macro, and so the result, let's do let what was the type of that? ChatGPT was suggesting that nym node. Let what is it called? Come on. Body node. And I'll be nym node, new literal. And instead of result, we're just gonna do the body node. And instead of returning that, what we're gonna do, quote do, and I could just do this whole thing. So if body calculated, we'll just do this and put in the body node. Can I do that? Body node needs to be, cannot be assigned to. Oh, var. There we go. So let's try to call button macro here. And that will be, oh, it's confused because it needs the button and button. So let's try to do button macro here. Will that work? Oh, button. Showed up with a span there. So the question now is, can I put another hello? Looks like it might work. Hello, span hello, and span there. There we go, we got it working. Now we just need to figure out how... Oh, we can make a template that writes our macros, right? I hope. Gosh, this is getting meta. This is about a button macro. So let's rewrite this whole define with body. So instead of defining templates, it's gonna define the what do you call it? Macros. So let's try to do this second one. And this will be the tag definition, right? It needs arguments and body. Arguments are specified. Body is untyped. I hope this is possible. And then we have spec kind. Yeah, that's good. Body node. So this is basically combining the whole body thing. Okay. And then we would just need to do it like here. I wonder if that's gonna work. Because I don't know about this part yet. So let's comment this one out. Save it. Well, we don't have red highlights everywhere, so that's progress. Oh, it worked. It freaking worked. That means that we can take this. Oh, because it didn't work, because this needs to be here. We weren't using the proper one. This now should be the thing. And now the button macro is not considered a statement list expression. Because each span is a macro? That's what it says? Button? Yeah, we're starting to get worse errors. um, so let's do it like this. I'm gonna comment this part out. And let's do something like dump tree. And we're gonna give it this. Because now each of the spans is a macro. So what the hell are we getting? It's a statement list. Well, we're expecting statement list. So what is the problem? So we can do button like this. This worked. It's a statement list where we have a call, button, and the statement list. Do we have enough other definitions here for tags? Not really. So if we can do that, why isn't it working here? Let's do it from scratch. Constant HTML string is HTML, okay? Should do hello, right? And let's just print it out. Right now, this is already ambiguous call, both name to HTML. This template. Oh, wait, because I'm still having template there? Oh, of course. Duh. Has no type. Wait a moment. What is going on here? I guess it's having trouble with differentiating between this and that. What if I'm going to comment it out for now? Okay. I have more weird errors. Tab mismatch. Expression body node HTML. Nim node. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, I see. What if I'm gonna just do hello? Save. And this should, I want to dump tree first. Oh, come on. Okay, so it's still a statement list. So why not? This template defines only this macro for HTML itself, expects a statement list, goes over a single one, and just adds the statement. Ay, 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 what the hell is going on? This doesn't work because we cannot concatenate string with nym node. Okay. So how can I evaluate it here? Can I do this? No, it's the same thing. Yeah, I got confused the hell out of ChatGPT. This is the template that makes my macros. The problem is in the last line. The ampersand can't. I can just copy it, right? So could I just do this? Nope. uh and last line, and we just have this. And correct it. So here it's fine. Body is fine. Creating littles, we use no literal, blah blah blah, and new literal, blah blah blah. To create string literals as nym node. Oh, okay, that's it. Oh, that's gonna be simple, right? We just do this. We just need to wrap everything in there. Okay. Save. Ha 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 ha. Nope. Integer string. Constant the tag name. Can I just do that? Nope. So what if I'm just gonna do it like this here, the opening tag. So let's do let opening tag is new literal. Closing tag is this. We do opening tag, and this needs to be specified as a name. And we just do closing tag. And still we have the same problem. Okay. Um So now I have this code. The problem is still there. I can't use the ampersand to concatenate nym nodes. Directly, you should build the entire structure as nym node elements using the quote do block properly. Am I doing that already? Quote do. Nil and then build iteratively. Shouldn't matter. Building both, combining with tags. Nope, nope, nope. Why did it work earlier? We just do all that and it's all happy. It actually worked, right? I think it worked. Or maybe it didn't. I think it didn't, yeah, from the beginning. It didn't work. So let's write me a macro that takes a string and a an expression that compiles to string, a statement. Let's call it a statement. It compiles into string. A macro that takes a string and a statement that compiles into string and returns them concatenated. This and statement. Use string literal. Yep. Oh. What? A freaking $sign to just have the statement? Unless the problem is that I'm returning untyped, well, it should be string. What is this gonna do? Nothing. Shoot. We're back to square one. The same problem. This is not a problem. But this is. If I'm gonna do body node without the thing, what is going to happen? Save. And still nym node. Ay, ay, ay. Let combined new string literal. I don't think there's such thing. Yeah. Undeclared routine. Could do combined. Can I just do that? What is going to happen? Because that's suddenly compiled. Nope, failed for the package. 2 messages. Okay. Type mismatch. Nym node. Yeah, just concatenation doesn't work. Come on. So let's rephrase it. My macro takes a string and a statement, as in a nym node. Turns them concatenated. Let's see if that changes anything. I don't think so. It's too dumb. What the hell? Now I went through that. And which is untyped. Compiled code is quote do n. Result new literal this and that. That's string value. What the hell? This is very different. Well, let's try to do it. Won't hurt. It doesn't work anyway. So what I'm gonna do is just comment this out and have yet fresh definition just so I can have all of it saved and not messed up. Although for this, it doesn't matter, I guess. I'll save it. Oh no, I'm gonna remove it. And so the idea was to just do compiled code is quote do. So we've got that quote do, and that's our compiled code. So no, it does not work. What the heck? Find it is, we have that. We define all those. And okay. Let's ask one more time here. Okay, I'm down the rabbit hole of doing weird stuff with macro with templates and macros. How this is my current code. Okay. And let's also add the define tag. Okay. And we'll just do this. Come on, you didn't copy this. All right. Uh, the compiler doesn't like the last line of the macro. Let's do it like this. We'll just copy this. And we'll just do mark this one here. And we're just gonna copy whatever compiler says. And we'll just copy that and do not sure how to tackle this. Let's see what happens. Because I truly don't know how to move on with this at this very moment. Unfortunately. And I don't know if somebody's gonna answer like immediately. As far as I know, Elegant Beef would probably do that. Ay, ay, ay. But our button macro worked, right? We had no problem with that. So what changed here? If I would do button, save, still doesn't work. Well, this one works. To add to it, this macro on its own works flawlessly. Let's just double make sure that we can actually do that. Button macro. We'll just call it here button macro. That worked. Okay. Button macro works. And I can also do side of it high. Right. That's good. And I should be able to also do button macro there. Let's see if that works too. And that works too. So let's pause that. So I guess this is the template thing. I guess maybe Nim language doesn't like the fact that, because we have a situation where we have a macro, right? That can take multiple elements and whatnot and everything. And that works. But the moment we define macros from within templates, it breaks randomly. And the thing is that we have tag definition, which we actually didn't use from within the macro. So that's one thing. Even if we just skip all that, it just breaks. So yeah, that kind of sucks. Very strange, I must say. If we'll do body, it'll be the same thing, right? Yeah, just instantly breaks. So I don't know what's up with that. Maybe that's the limitation. Don't make templates that make macros. Maybe you can make macros that define macros. That could be more interesting. If that's the case, maybe that would work. But I don't think anybody's gonna answer now. Oh, Elegant Beef is typing. Oh, we're gonna get roasted. We are going to get roasted. Alright, the stream will probably finish after this gets resolved or not resolved. We'll see. Where's our music go? My speakers turn off when music is really quiet. I don't know if we're gonna get a quick answer. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna finish it off here, and maybe there will be another mini little stream at some point where we can refactor it and actually have it work a bit better. I don't know. I for sure want to continue with this because where is the code now? Because I must say that the promise of just writing that is kind of fun, especially that it's just nim code. So yeah, that would be fun. And if something doesn't compile to text or whatever, it would break or whatever. So yeah, that could be fun. And in theory, now that we started turning things into templates, instead of writing this, we don't even have an example of that anymore, but with this, class in here and all that, we could probably just make it into, class, and we could just specify this and that and do something with that. So that could be fun as well. I'm sure it's possible in Nim, it's just I can't do it yet, but that's the idea about this. We are learning. Why even use a template? Exactly. So I'm gonna continue it here on Discord after the stream now. So thank you for watching, and consider subscribing if you like the content. If it didn't make your ears or eyes bleed. And you can still leave comments after the live stream has been posted. You can follow me on Twitch. So, yeah. And most of all, thank you for watching, and see you next time.